Hey, I'm Kev, Mr. Cole. Welcome back to MotoGP 18. Has McDonald's getting the hang of this Moto3 thing? Can he grab another top 5 round the TT Circuit Assen in the Netherlands? So here goes Mario then for the first of 3 tests. This very set track in Assen. It's the first test. Getting it down very slow for the first one, accelerating out. Oh, he's so close, 76 miles per hour. Are you kidding? As we've got 5-speed traps, so of course beat the target time. Get some good development points. Go and see, it rained overnight here in Assen. Been trying to dry up throughout the whole of this session. Fortunately, still pretty wet by the end of it, of this first free practice. Right on the tail. The Sky Italia VR46 bike. And it's a vintage machine, improving all the time. McDonald riding it. Definitely becoming a top 10 factor at almost every race now. And the bike development for this bike might be further developed by the mid part of the season. In the second half of the season, be very interested to see how well they do. All the new bits not coming through. Running out of budget as well. Despite what McDonald and Loy bring. There's all the tyre riders at the top with a 49.7. You don't often see that. Well, taking alternate lines here. 2.5 seconds off the pace. And oh, he's slow in the last sector as well. So those first 2 speed trap tests are incredibly difficult. The rest are pretty easy. Let's see if he can do it on his second lap then. He sets a 52.8, almost 4 seconds off the pace of Sasaki. There we go, 81 miles per hour. He does it. The first speed trap test, a bit all over the place. His time threshold's a 58 flat. I think he'll beat that. We've got Bashani 48.4. I know he's all over the place in this first sector. What is he doing? This Assen circuit feels very much nipped and tucked compared to previous versions, especially in this sector. Very different. Very bendy. And then straight. It used to be incredibly bendy. But he's nailing all these speed traps. And this lap so far, it's that final one. At the end of the S section, at the end of that, which will be the most difficult one to achieve. I mean, we thought the first one might be as well after that opening that, but comfortably did it. So now we go into the double right. This, a couple of corners will cause a world of pain in the race, tyre wear wise. The Red Bull IO machine goes down the inside of McDonald. Let's get some good slipstream to go at 129. Oh, has to go wide. No, he's slowing that final trap again. 108. He goes for the final chicane. I think he's failed the test. He has. So he might have failed the speed trap test, so let's see how he does on the trajectory test, where he just has to follow a line around the lap. Once again, time threshold 58 for that. Can't believe he missed that final speed trap test, but here we go for the first trajectory test. So he's got to hit 80%. Dropping down to 95, 96. Such a difficult line to follow as well. But he's going to achieve 94%. That's good enough in that first sector. Of course, it's going to be much slower as well on the trajectory test. We would normally round to that. Look at this, 97, looking very good. All down to 96. It goes out the corner. The 96 and the second, looking very good. It's out in the middle of that. Approaching the third one. Through the double right. What a fantastic spot to do this. Let's see how well he can follow the line while battling the rear. Oh, down to 91%, but still that's good enough. Now it's 85% for the 4 test for the fast sweepers. Through right and left. That's why, look at that madman going down the inside. And now through the final chicane. It's got to get 90%. Of course, McDonald fails at the last. Again, failing the final test. Well, he's picked his bike up. Let's see if he can do this. He might not have time to do the braking test now. Thanks to buggering this up. As riders come out the pits as well, trying to enjoy the drier conditions at the end of this session. Just got to follow the line, McDonald. Get down to 95%. And that's what he does. That actually seems to be very whack. Very wide and narrow at times instead of actually being foreign. And like this trajectory seems to be a bit better. So follow the lines for the fast sweepers. And for the tighter right. At 95%, that's more like it. And then the next one through that double right. I've got a rider right in his tail. Oh, there he is, right on his tail. But he's battling the rear rail. 96%, 95, we'll take that. 96 in the end. Now through the fast section. See how well he does through here. As well, that rider knocked us wide. What an idiot. But so he gets 93%. As once again, just rushing into the pits. There you go, McDonald follows the line 95% as he crosses the line. That's more like it. That's a test complete. So he does have time to complete the braking test. 5 points round his lap. But he's got to brake early or perfectly. Planning that's perfect, but that feels early. We definitely would not have passed that first checkpoint in a speed test if we broke there. So yeah, definitely feels early. We go for the double right. Has got the Goscinny down our inside. I believe that is Jorge Martin. We just set a fast to that 48 for that. McDonald nowhere near there in this session. So I'm guessing all of these braking points are going to gather together in this middle sector. And so there's the second one for the fast corner. Once again, perfect from McDonald. And perfect again into the right. And look at this, all flows into each other, these braking points. Again, perfect. And where's the final one? I guess that's into the final chicane. No point giving the final one now. It's early into that. And you don't really brake until then now, from this point onwards. So we're being very aggressive, trying to improve that time. Try not be last in this session, he goes a bit wide. Thankfully he doesn't invalid though. And he is into the final chicane. Let's see if he can nail this then. It's another perfect to get down to first. Oh, a bit offline. As Canet sets the new fast out 47.7. And for McDonald, he does it perfect all the way round on the braking test, but he doesn't have time to do the speed trap test. So Canet at the top with a 47.7 ahead of DJ Antonio and Martin, the Grassini pair. Then Antonelli, Bastianini ahead of Bezzecchi, Sasaki, Lopez, Della Porta, and Rodrigo rounding out the top 10. As you look further down through the field, you've got Dal Binder in the top 20 for once. Tuba down in 21st, very surprising. Loy in 27th. McDonald last by an absolute country mile, but I'm sure it'll be much better in qualifying. Well, you thought it was wet for practice. Just look at this in qualifying. Welcome to the TT Circuit Assen. That's really needed to navigate this circuit. 49.9 from Canet. How has he managed that time? We can barely see where we're going. Let's see what McDonald can do on these 3 qualifying laps. The lights are shining. It is absolutely dreadful conditions for qualifying here. He's been overtaken by people who just come out of the pits. How is he going to set a reasonable lap time? 3.1 seconds down in the first sector alone. This is an absolute joke. As he goes through the fast corners. 3.6 down. Oh, at least he only lost half a second in that 2 corners. And look at that, no grip coming out the right hand of the front pushing. It's not pointy. As we go through the left, and no, he's just using seconds. Might not bother after this. That once again, the wet conditions just not coming into the favour of McDonald. And the other McDonalds were so good in the wet. Just with this addition, so much harder in these conditions. That's 5 seconds back. We go through the final couple of corners then, McDonald. Mario not singing in the rain at all. As he struggles to a 57. So there's no point carrying on. Mario is last while his teammate Lloyd in 5th. Alongside Bezzecchi and Tuba on the second row. Well, Canet grabs Pilar, Martin and Ramirez. Right up there. What a topsy-turvy group we've got with Mino leading the third ahead of Nureddin and Rodrigo. Sakidis the 4th ahead of Meza and Bastianini out of the top 10. Same for his Leopard teammate, Della Porta in the middle of the 5th row alongside Masaki and Kornfeld. Then Otter leads DJ Antonio and Arbolino on the 6th row. Then Antonio leads the 7th row ahead of Suzuki and Foggia. Then McPhee, the tie rider, and Dalbinder lead the 8th row. Then Alonso Lopez in 25th alongside Bulliger. And then Rena Tsychenko and Neres Mayo 4.5 seconds back. Hopefully the race is not wet.
Just a few minutes to go until the Grand Prix begins. Assen, the motorbike university, is once again ready to put everyone to the test.
So here is Mayo then, right on the back row, waiting for the lights to go out. For this 7-lap race, not the best start from the Haas, but in order to be conditions in better in these conditions, even. Going to keep the electronics on for once and see how they handle. Oh, Mayo's, look at that, he's not lost. Going to make up a couple more places on the inside. Lopez being very aggressive on the brakes, even though they're all sliding. And look at Loy up to 3rd ahead of Bezzecchi. What's the Belgian doing? As McDonald also tries to slide up the orders. You've got Sasaki ahead of Bastianini for 10th. Got Alonso Lopez. Very strange to see a stray Glitz machine this far back. And 25th in front. You see he tries to go to the outside of Foggia. And look at McDonald. Elbows out down the inside of the Italian. Gets it working. This is behind McPhee now. The Scott you would expect to be pretty good in these conditions. So McDonald tries to make the move. McPhee holds on. How about through the double right? McDonald slides down the inside. We had to let up the power through the middle part. That's allowed Lopez by. And let's drop McPhee back. Not just one place. Couple now. He's down to 27. So here goes McDonald looking down the inside through the left. Lopez holds on. He's going to the final chicane. More from way back. Makes the move as Martin with a 54.2. McDonald with a 2:05. Absolutely abysmal at that time. It's Nurdin up to 8th ahead of Bastianini. Got Antonelli in front. Battling with Binder. Got Arbolino battling with Masaki as here comes Lopez. Dragging Foggy along. Looking to the inside. Oh, he gets a tap from behind from the tyre rider. That's incredibly helpful when you try and get on the power. That's the idiotic riding from the tyre rider. And look at that, it's cost McDonald half a second at least. He should be right up here trying to dive down the inside like he was doing to McPhee on the opening that. As he goes into these corners, going all the way down the gears, it's the only way you can get this bike steered into them. There's Antonelli ahead of Otto in front for 19th. The German having none of it. Same for Suzuki ahead of Kornfeld. Bastianini making his way up to 7th. Ramirez dropping back in the race as we expected from his front row start. DJ Antonio now making moves up to 17th. Well, for McDonald in 25th. Even with everything on, he's doing abysmally that time, Rose. So you've got Antonelli up to 19th, again ahead of Otto. Got a feeling that's going to be a race long thing between those two. Smart with a 49.2. McDonald with a 53.3. He's a couple of seconds off the pace. And now he's a couple of feet off the track. So we've got Suzuki ahead of Masaki. Japanese riders are having good battle. Got Della Porta ahead of Mino. Battle the Italians. Shevchenko tries to make it up to 25th now. Not having none of it. Shevchenko tries to go around the outside. McDonald being very forceful. This is going to be his race, isn't it? Fending off everyone. Ever since the tyre rider hit him, he's been slow. Maybe it damaged his bike, you never know. We've got Bastianini up to 6th ahead of Rodrigo. He really is making strides as the Italian in this race. Let's try and go through the corners. Just no braking confidence on this bike. Can barely go around corners. It's not as tugboat-ish as earlier in the season, but it is still pretty dreadful. So McDonald retires, because there is no point riding round seconds off the pace after falling like that. It's not as tugboatish as before the bike, but it's still absolutely dreadful. So Martin wins ahead of Kenneth with Bezzecchi in 3rd ahead of Rodrigo in the honour to be top KTM. And you've got Tuberan at top 5 ahead of Mino, Sasaki, Ramirez, Loy gets the top 10, his first points of the season ahead of Meza. We've got Nurdin, Della Porta, how's the Beast down in 14th? He was making strides through the field at a rapid pace. Zaki goes the final point ahead of Kornfeld, has DJ Antonio in 20th, Lopez in 21st. And there's McDonald right at the back, 53.3. Look at that, it's even a second slower than, or half a second slower than the likes The riders he's battling with at the back. Nothing he could have done that race. So Martin is 27 points ahead of Canet over a race win in front, and then they're massively ahead of third. Bastianini at 3 points ahead of Della Porta and Di Giannantonio. Bisecchi up to 6th ahead of Mino. Antonelli up to 8th ahead of Lopez and Suzuki. Then Rodrigo up to 11th ahead of Sasaki. Otel down to 13th. McDonald, the big loser from the race, down to 15th behind Tuba now. You've got Mays up to 18th. You've got Loy up to 20th. Ramirez up to 19th. You've got Arbolino, Kornfeld, McPhee going down the order. Same for the tie rider. And Misaki with his first point of the season up to 26th. There's only 3 riders that have not scored points. Budiga, Arenas and Yachenko. And there's not good reputation rise or the development point rise. Well, he got a few development points at least. Didn't achieve the race objective. Obviously has riding position, throttle management and brakes management joined leaning angle at level 51. As elsewhere, Dovi won in the wet conditions ahead of Marquez and Rossi Electric. He's normally good in those wet conditions. And then in the Moto2 race, Marquez ahead of Bagnai and Baldassari. Then the Rookies Cup is Carrasco ahead of the Turkish rider and Tatai. So let's see what McDonald can do. Development rise, as you've got a couple slots for the suspension, a slot for the frame and a slot for the brakes. So let's improve this suspension then. And let's improve the elasticity. And what should we do for the last spot? Or should we save this? As you've got 1 slot remaining, so let me know. What should we do for the last spot for the brakes? Should we go for the lock-in or the braking power? For the suspension, should we go for the ability to absorb the bumps, the surface roughness, or improve the bike stability? And then for the frame, should we increase the rate of descent of the bike when cornering, so improve the lean angle, or improve the bike when picking up the bike, make it faster when steering? So you've got couple of interesting choices there, as I said. Let me know down below. As next time out, there's another low for Mayo. Let's see how he responds in Germany, if he can maybe pick up some points round the very difficult Sachsenring and the halfway mark of the season. But thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.